guys, Happy New Year! I know it is very late in the month of January to be uploading a video like this, but I did want to kind of verbalize what my New Year's resolutions are. And to start off, I was watching a couple of videos of, people I look up to on YouTube of their New Year's resolutions and goals. I never came to the consideration that a goal and a resolution are two completely separate things. And so I googled them both before sitting down to film this video, and I'm just going to throw out the definition of each of them for you so you as well know as a viewer and a person as to what a goal is and what a resolution is, so going forward into the year of 2018 you have a good sense of kind of the difference. So a resolution is a firm decision to do or to not do something. Now a goal is a person's ambition or effort to do a desired thing, so a desired effort into something. I purchased this beautiful, cute, aesthetically pleasing planner at Indigo in Canada, which is like a Barnes & Noble's type bookstore. They sell like agendas, planners, notebooks, cute things like that. And of course it's in one of my favorite colors, which is the mint green, and it has the white and gray kind of marbling effect. It is a medium-sized planner, and I don't know where I would be in life without one. I'm definitely a visual person, but going along with being a visual person, I feel the need to write down physically what my to-do lists are, what my goals are, what my plans are for the weeks, for the months, people's birthdays, events. It all needs to be in my planner, not digital in a phone, because that stuff sometimes gets wiped, and I can't rely as much on my phone, as odd as that sounds. I rely on it for a lot of things, but having a physical, copied book that has all of your, your life scheduling in it is important to me. There's a notes page between every month, so before February's I wrote on the notes list, I put a bunch of pink hearts and all the bullet points beside it of some New Year's resolutions that I want to accomplish for the end of this year. And I was watching, like I said, a YouTuber do a video like this, and she said that you feel so much more established when you've got the word out there that these are my resolutions, so now everybody knows, and I kind of almost have to follow through with them, because when I look back a year from now in 2019, which sounds so crazy to say, I want to be able to say I did my best and I conquered those goals, resolutions, had amazing results, whatever it may be. So these definitely aren't in any specific order, and they're not categorized as like personal and health and all that stuff. It's just all one long list, and I thought I would just quickly go through each point and maybe expand a little bit on some that may not be as clear to the mind as it seems on paper. The first one being living a healthy lifestyle. And living a healthy lifestyle for me was never really hard growing up, just because as a kid I was a competitive dancer, and that really did keep me into shape. I was at the studio multiple days a week, and then I was in my dance program at school majoring in dance for the majority of high school, so it was never really hard for me to stay active. But as I grew out of being in the dance program and found a new love and hobby and just loved the little nook of the gym, I find that I'm living a healthy lifestyle, but not always to the extent that I want to. And sometimes I feel like I'm beating myself up if I don't go to the gym enough during a week, or I exhaust my body and I'm going way too much and going so hardcore and doing long hours of cardio and strength training in the same day, and it's very physically exhausting. It's also a little bit mentally exhausting too. You're figuring out what muscle groups to work what days, etc. So back to the main point, so I don't go on forever with this point, because I could make a whole video on living a healthy lifestyle. It's just to be happy doing so and not overexerting myself doing so as well. So whether that is going to the gym or taking a break and going to a drop-in dance class in Toronto, or doing a yoga class or going skiing, there's different ways of living a healthy lifestyle. And I guess this whole point is so much physical talk that I've been doing so far, but that does go along with eating. I do want to be eating well, but I do want to be able to treat myself and not feel guilty when doing so, which in the past I have. And I don't really want to get back to that place. So again, I could do a whole video on this now, like all of these ideas are flowing through my mind, but that is what it means to me to live a healthy lifestyle. The second resolution is to listen to my body. So again, this kind of goes back to fitness and health, but more specifically, girls get their lovely thing called a period once a month, and some months it doesn't affect me and I can go to the gym and feel great, and I don't feel like physically not capable of being able to get out of bed. But then there's also other months where I'm hunched over and I feel like I can't get out of bed and go, you know, do some stair climber and do a bunch of squats. I feel, you know, pretty disgusting, as I feel like most girls can relate to. So again, listening to your body, and when it's had enough and it needs a break, to give yourself that rest day. Or, you know, when you're on your period for girls, you know, you don't have to go every single day that week. So listen to your body. The third resolution is to balance. And I feel like I did do a lot better at this towards the end of 2017, but what I mean, balance is everything in my whole life. And I think that this is definitely a difficult resolution, because balancing is such a general term, but I mean it in so many aspects, whether it's, you know, hanging out with certain friends in your friend group, or, you know, binge watching TV and not going out, or being super strict on yourself and not, you know, cheating and eating something like a treat, a dessert every now and then. This can be applied to so many fields, and I feel like to apply it better to so many fields is what I want to do for myself. I want to feel like I'm giving the attention to many aspects equally. My fourth resolution is to become stronger mentally and physically. Physically, it's pretty self-explanatory. My cardio is pretty good at the gym, but my strength training is definitely getting up there. It's definitely better than when I first started lifting back when I was, 17, 18 years old in grade 12 and in high school compared to now. But mentally, I feel like not letting little things get to my head and having that stronger persona and my lookout of life is so important to me. And I feel like mentally I have not been super strong in the past, and to where I'm at in life now, I feel like I am building up to that. So that's another resolution. The next resolution is to do everything with love and passion, and this one came to me more so when doing activities like dancing. If my sister and I go to a dance class and we're not feeling the groove of the song, it's harder to enjoy and be happy and, you know, love what you do so much, because, you know, it's not really a song you like or something that your body is not, you know, used to kind of grooving to. But to kind of keep an open mind and just go for it is so much more important than looking at the little things, the nitty-gritty of that aspect. So that one was definitely more specified to dance. My sixth resolution for the year is to keep my loved ones and special ones close to my heart. And that seems like, it can seem like such a funny thing, but, you know, it's really not. I find that people that make such an effort to be present in my life and, you know, treat me as a really good whatever family member, friend, whatever, there's so much more that comes along with that. I feel like being honest, trustworthy, respectful, and loyal, and making the time and the effort to that person in your life means more to me than anything that money can buy. You know, when people say money can buy happiness, it's not true. That's not a thing. The people who treat you right and have made an effort to be present in your life, you need to return that same respect back. And that, to me, I've learned so much over the years, you know, with losing friends, gaining friends. It has taught me who has really been there for me and who, you know, is worth keeping around for years and years, and be there on my wedding day, you know, see the birth of my child, little things like that. I know we're talking years down the line, but those are things that I think are important. My seventh resolution is to enjoy the little things in life. It's not so much to look at the big picture as much as people overuse that quote, but it's to look at the little things too. Enjoy, you know, those moments that you're gonna look back on more so than the bigger picture. You know, when I was in school, this is just one example, I wouldn't remember the teacher for their lessons that they taught school-wise, educational-wise, like with math and science. It was their life lessons and through their experience that they shared with us, and the connection they made with us students personally through like themselves as a human was more of the little things that made me remember them later, if that makes sense. The next resolution is to smile more, and this is just, again, such a simple one, but, you know, when you're walking around with, what's that phrase called? RBF, resting face, people almost feel standoffish and intimidated by people that walk around with such a serious poker face all the time. And to open up and kind of, you know, your body language is so important, like, says a lot about a person, and I feel like people interact differently with those type of people. So just smile more day to day. You're having a good day, smile. you know, make other people smile. The next one is give everything your all. Your 110% is what I wrote down specifically in my book. And I mentioned this because no matter what you do in life, when you look back on the decisions you made and the things you've done, you want to say you put everything into it, your all. Even if you didn't like it, you can say as a person that you did not back down. Even if you fail, you need to remember that you tried. And that to me means more than anything. And that's something that my parents really engraved into my brain growing up, that, you know, you gave it your all, you tried your best. We can't be upset at you if you came back with a grade that wasn't as high as, you know, some of the other kids in your class, knowing that you spent hours on end doing your homework and physically, you know, giving it your all and doing your very best. That is like the proud moments. The next resolution is to get out of my comfort zone more, and I feel like I did this, but not quite to the extent that I wanted to in the last year. So doing stuff like kickboxing, I've never tried, but something that I would love to take on. I want to go like axe throwing. I want to do more activities that I normally wouldn't do. The next one is to cut out all the negativity you possibly can. And of course there's going to be parts of your life that you just can't obviously cut out. But, you know, it starts with people and the mood that things bring to you. If you think that you're not feeling, you know, happy and up to par with yourself, then there's a problem. There's something that you need to reevaluate in your life. Now, the next one is a little more specific to skiing, but I wrote down get better at terrain park, and that's skiing, you know, rails and boxes all day long and just enjoying it. I did it a lot when I was in grade like 10 and 11, and then I kind of veered away from it a little bit, and I also got really sick last year, so that put a huge damper on, you know, doing physical activity, and I want to get back into it. And maybe not specifically at the beginning of 2018 because I do live away from school, a little bit farther from the ski slopes, but maybe towards the end it's something that I can confidently and comfortably say that I've gotten better at. Then I put go on a ski trip getaway, because who doesn't want to go to the nice beautiful mountains far away from home? The second last one is to write more often, and I actually have a book, like a notebook, that I do try to write in when I feel like I want to. I don't want to force myself to write when I have nothing kind of flowing in my head and nothing to kind of regurgitate on paper, but there are nights and moments where, usually it's in nights in the mornings, where I have thoughts and feelings that when I write down I feel a lot better. I feel like I can start my day with a clearer mind, or I can go to bed with a clear mind knowing that I've kind of gotten it out somewhere. And the last point is to attend more yoga classes and meditate more often. I had a back injury going between the middle of October to the end of November. It was quite painful, and it was affecting my everyday life. It affected sleeping, it affected walking, it affected carrying, you know, nothing even super heavy, just like my lunchbox with all my food and my backpack with a laptop in it. And of course it affected, you know, weight training at the gym, and that was the hugest damper, you know, raining on my parade. I can't say I was depressed, but I definitely was like a little upset about it. I was really starting to enjoy the gym and, you know, give it my all, and it's really hard when I had that kind of bringing me back. It was like one step forward, two steps back type thing. So for that month I took up yoga, and hot yoga to be specific, and it's so funny because I'll link this video down below. I have a my first experience of going to yoga back in like 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, I can't even remember. I was so young, and I'm basically making fun of yoga in this video, so if you watch this, please ignore what I said, me, ignorant Clarissa, that young. My sister and I went for multiple reasons when we were in that age, but we didn't really understand the effects that it had on our bodies, and that it was more of a slower practice, and it wasn't like a high intensity activity that we were used to, dance, skiing, whatever. So it's funny watching that video now though, because I'm just a kook, but now I appreciated so much more what the yoga practice, you know, has to offer, and it's so good for your body, but as well as like your inner self. I feel like taking a moment to breathe and relax, and they always say like, thank you for coming to your mat today and taking this hour or whatever, hour and a half out of your day to be present in this moment, in this room, and so many people are there for the exact same thing. And my favorite part is at the end of every yoga practice, laying in the one pose, which is Savasana, people pronounce it differently. You literally just lay on your back with your palms open, with your eyes closed, head tilted to the ceiling, and as easy as that sounds, and it is my favorite pose in yoga, it is the most difficult in the sense that you need to have such a clear mind, and to be able to just focus on your breathing is so difficult for me. I find that my mind races and it starts thinking about what I'm doing after class and what I did before, what's on my to-do list, or what's next week, or whose birthday's coming up, and to just let that go and be present in that moment and just kind of meditate is taught me so much, and I just love the practice now. So definitely get out there in that hot yoga room. It may be quite an adjustment at first, but once your body gets used to it, it is so like de-stressing and relieving. I kid you not. So that is everything in my 2018 planner, my New Year's resolutions. I also really like what the little quotes have to say between every month. So it says, "You will never regret being kind," or "Live what you love," or "Stop making excuses and just do it." Great. It just puts me in such a better mood. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I know it was kind of late of an upload, but I feel so much better now that I've gotten those out there, and people, you know, kind of gets their minds flowing of stuff that they want to be doing for the year and how they want to better their self in any way possible. So I will be back soon with more content. Let me know down below what some of your resolutions are or some goals for 2018. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and hit the little bell, it's one of these sides, for the notification button of when my videos go live so you don't miss out on any of them. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.